Hey, welcome to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. As you will notice, we are not in the Chamonix office. Matt is not here, he's away on holiday. I'm in the UK, but as it's Wednesday, we do the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. So let's do it. Okay, before we get started, I just want to quickly tell you about a sale that we've got going on in the EpicTV shop. It's a 12-hour sale. You can get 15% off your basket by entering mystery sale at checkout. So go to the EpicTV shop, you see all the details are there on the banners, just follow instructions. Right, on with the news. We've got the final round of the lead climbing world championships from Xiamen, which happened last weekend. With Janja Garnbret and Jakob Schubert already being crowned World Cup winners, Xiamen was a chance for the climbers to relax, climb hard and enjoy the competition. In the men's, Xunbin Min added to his impressive bronze in Wujiang with another third place finish. EpicTV athlete Stefano Ghisolfi, who always climbs well in China, took on the physical route brilliantly, almost topping out to cap off a fine season for the Italian, finishing in overall second place, the best performance of his career so far. In the 2 years since Dominik Skofik was crowned World Cup winner, he has not won a round of the lead climbing world championships. This all changed in Xiamen, however, as he climbed with power and precision all the way to the top of the route, matching Stefano's result and winning on countback to the semis. In the women's, it was another podium for the ever-consistent Akio Noguchi, with a bronze this time for the Japanese climber. This is Janja Garnbret's third successive year as world champion, and she ended her season with another top, with yet more impressive climbing from the young Slovenian. But it wasn't quite enough to take the win, with Jessica Pilz matching her climb move for move, and with a top in the final to add to her top in the semis, she won on countback. With Jessica winning the World Championships in Innsbruck this year, it seems like this is the rivalry that people want to see, and which promises to carry on for a few years to come. A great way to finish off the IFSC Lead World Championships, and massive congrats to Jakob Schubert and Janja Garnbret for their overall wins. Right, next up we've got some incredible news from the Himalayas. David Lama has made a solo ascent of Lunag Ri, a 6,907 metre mountain on the border between Nepal and Tibet, a route he has attempted twice before. Lama first attempted the route back in 2015 with Konrad Anker. He then returned the next year with Anker again, and as was widely documented in the film Lunag Ri, Anker was airlifted off after suffering a stroke. After which Lama attempted his first solo bid, a feat he has now succeeded. So amazing news there from David Lama, really proving that he is at the cutting edge of modern day alpinism. Right, moving over to Germany now, where we've got some news from Ines Papert and Luka Lindic. Luka Lindic and Ines Papert have made the first ascent of a 280 metre 9-pitch 8A route called Sharks of Konigssee. Situated in the Berchtesgaden Alps on the southern tip of Germany, the pair of alpinists, who are these days a couple, ascended the route using as much traditional protection as possible. In total, only using 19 bolts. For the full story of the ascent, head to the bird blog at arcteryx.com. I'll put the link in the description below for the blog of those guys if you want to find out more about that story of that ascent. Really, really impressive from those guys, and great to see them back on the rock again. Right, it's over to America now, where we've got some news from Jonathan Siegrist. Jonathan Siegrist has made an ascent of Ghetto Booty 9A, a Francois Legrand test piece and the second route of that grade in the US in Las Vegas, Nevada. The route was initially bolted for Francois, and he managed the first ascent in 2000 when he was on a trip with Liv Sanso. Nice one, Jonathan. Good to see him back on the show and climbing hard sport routes again. Speaking of hard sport routes, it's the 9B counter. Okay, I admit it, I did not bring the 9B counter with me to the UK. It's still in France, but I would prefer it is there like nicely wrapped up in a plastic folder where we keep it, so it's away from Matt's grubby little hands, and mine as well, to be honest, and coffee cup stains, etc. Anyway, just a bit of news. There's been no 9Bs this week. Adam Ondra, though, put up on his Instagram about 3 days ago that he's trying a project near his hometown in Czech Republic, which he calls The Dream. He bolted it a couple of years ago, and he thinks it will go, once it does go, it hasn't gone yet, it will go at around 9B. So hopefully there'll be another 9B there, which is great news. Okay, so another little interesting kind of side note to the 9B counter. I was reading about Daniel Woods and his recent ascent in Utah, and it's a 9A route called the Ace of Spades. It was a route bolted by James Litz back in 2004, 2005. Probably more Americans than Europeans know who he is, but he was like back in 2004, 2005, he was like thought of as one of the best sport climbers in the world. He bolted a couple of routes in this cave in Utah. One was called Ace of Spades, another one was called Peruvian Necktie. The Ace of Spades was a 9A route. Daniel Woods got on it and basically suggested an upgrade of 9A+. And then he got on the Peruvian Necktie, which was originally given a grade of 9A+, and he suggested an upgrade to 9B for that. Maybe that counts. Maybe if it gets upgraded to 9B in 2018, it counts. That's kind of an interesting question. What do you think? Let me know. Do routes that get upgraded in 2018, do they get to go on the 9B counter? Anyway, back to the news. Actually, not back to the news, back to media, because this week on EpicTV we've got some super interesting videos that have come out. On Friday last week we released a film that we shot, that Matt shot actually. Matt went over to Wales a couple of months ago and filmed a couple of days with Katie Whitaker, who's an Arc'teryx athlete. She's living in Llanberis, I think that's how you pronounce it, in Wales. And yeah, he spent a bit of time with her and produced a beautiful 5-6 minute film. Here's a little teaser.
The slate quarries they're a massive scar on the landscape. They're quite ugly, but at the same time they're really beautiful, and they're full of history, and they're a little bit like eerie and intimidating. You can walk into like the quarries and there's no wind in there. They're just completely silent, and you can just hear little bits of slate falling down the hillside, tinkering down. And the climbing's pretty unique as well, because it's generally quite slabby or vertical, and it's on tiny little edges. So it's really quite balancy, thin, crimpy, loads of rock overs.
Super atmospheric, beautiful film, nice one, Matt. He's got some more coming in the pipeline, possibly his 8A one, but I need to give him a bit of a kick up the ass from that one. Anyway, we've got a couple of other videos. We've got Louis Parkinson and Neil Gresham's second episode of their training video, which came out last Friday as well. We've got an Emma Twyford interview that went out yesterday talking about all her ascents, her recent ascents. And then we've also got on Monday released some tips from the Cold House Media guys on how to preserve the rock in Fontainebleau. So all those videos, climbing daily, training videos, Louis Parkinson, Neil Gresham, all worth checking out. So I really think you should. Another one that I really want to point out, a YouTube channel called Cook and Climb. He's done a really, really good video. I really like it. It's of an ascent that he did in Chamonix. Here's a little clip.
We took Ascent to save us time and energy. We wanted to be fresh for the climb, you know. It took me several attempts to work out the moves. I fell very close to the top. Alright, this is the go.
Okay, that's it for this week. Thanks very much for joining me. Get out and watch those videos and get out and get a deal today. It starts at midday today and it goes through to midnight tonight for that deal if you want to get 15% off your basket in the EpicTV shop. Bargains to be had. Right, Matt will be back next week from his holiday in Aberystwyth. I hope. Have I done 2 now by myself? Yeah, I think I have. So yeah, Matt will be back next week. And I will be back next week also. If you're in Piccadilly in London this Thursday, I'm going to be down in the Arc'teryx store. We're going to be kicking off Blockfest. Blockfest is about to kick off for the season. We're going to have every episode on Climbing Daily. So if you're around Arc'teryx, if you're around London Piccadilly, come down, say hello to me, Mike Langley, and some Arc'teryx people, and maybe get some Arc'teryx stash. I don't know, there might be some comps. Anyway, have a great week, have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.